Welcome to Blood the We are the special in Special Olympics. For a preview of tonight's show, we join the host of Keith Explains, Keith Statenfield, in our newsroom. Keith, what do we have in store for tonight's show?
I think you sent me a list and I didn't pay attention because you so rarely talk about the stuff on the list anyway. But it was all these salacious topics that you think you can get people to mumble innuendo and make John blush, and I'm sure at the end of this we'll all feel bad about our lives. Back to you.
Thank you, Keith. We'll join you at the end of the show. Hey, let's see here. Scroll. Oh, the entire nation eagerly awaits to hear them speak. But enough about the daytime speakers of the Democratic National Convention. Let's meet tonight's panel. In the far chair, it's actress Kate Manbear. She's so charming, she convinced ISIS to supply bacon, beer, and Bibles to the Rio Olympics. In the middle chair, he's a writer, actor, producer. He's the most famous person you've never heard of. It's C.J. Silverman. If logical analysis was a toilet, boys would drop their pants and bend over in front of him in the men's room. In between them, it's the host of KMVT's only live show, John Wants Answers. It's John Vink. If insightful questions was a river in the Rio de Janeiro, Brazilians would leave a dirt load in him. Anyways, finally, sitting next to me, it's attorney at law Mel Patterson. If legal argument was that chewing tobacco, he'd come in a redneck's mouth. Issue number 1, can you fulfill your marital duty by being Sleeping Beauty? The key to a happy marriage is sleep. Psychologists have found partners have a full night's sleep are less likely to focus on negative aspects of the relationship and are more inclined to think about a bigger picture. Researchers at Florida State University, go Hurricanes, say that sleep also helps restore function to the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that manages self-control, which is thought to improve our perception of relationships. They also concluded that, quote, sleep is the most important factor that affects marital satisfaction. Up to a third of married or cohabitating couples report that sleep problems burden their relationships. I believe we have some of the research footage here.
This is the rewind.
Yeah, that looks like one happy couple to me. But anyways, Kate, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, good.
Sleep is the key to a happy marriage or relationship. Or you agree or disagree?
I totally agree. I think it's because sleep is the key to a happy life. So if you're rested, you're in a good mood, and you're going to look at life better no matter what aspect of it is.
Okay. Okay. So you're agreeing. So
yep.
Do you think going to bed angry affects this or not?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think go to bed angry. Do whatever.
Okay.
I don't think that is important at all.
Or if you're sleeping on the couch.
Well, if the couch is more comfortable.
Okay. Or if you're sleeping with somebody else.
Well, that might cause other issues.
Okay.
But sleeping, as long as you're sleeping.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, CJ, what's your take on this?
Well, I can only respond based on my own practical, experiential knowledge. And I can tell you this, that a bilateral CPAP duo is not the nicest thing in the world, which often causes one of the partners to find their own sleeping spot.
Wait a minute, it's CPAP duo. Doesn't mean that you're both on a CPAP?
That would mean, yeah, if you're both on the CPAP because you're getting up in the night, choking and basically not able to breathe, and both of you are wearing these hideous apparatuses, it's hard to engage in a real sensual experience.
Or just a good night's sleep?
Yeah, or either, yeah, unless the dog's in the bed, but that's another story.
Okay, I don't necessarily want to reflect on your alternate lifestyle here.
Yeah, too much information, probably.
But so as long as, but if you did get a good night's sleep, you think you work through all your difficulties?
Not necessarily. Actually, I think the less amount of sleep you have when you're in bed with your partner makes for better communication versus more sleep than not interaction.
But what if you just don't sleep?
Haven't tried it.
Okay. Well, anyways, John, you used to be a happily married man. What's your take on this?
Well, I read the article, and it said, you know, forget romantic breaks and expensive gifts. I'm all for forgetting expensive gifts.
Is that why you're a single man now?
I don't know. I was getting a lot of sleep when I didn't give any gifts.
And you're a single man now.
Yeah. Well, not single.
Oh, okay.
I'm not married.
Okay.
But I'm not single.
Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your significant other currently watches the show, right?
No, not this show.
Okay.
Just his show.
Just his show. Just his show.
She
Okay.
has to.
So you're thinking that. So wait a minute. So you agree with this, but your own personal experience kind of disproves it. So how do you reconcile the two?
Well, I think I was getting a lot of sleep in the first, relationship we're talking about.
You kept her up.
I don't know what she was doing.
Oh,
Okay.
not a good sign.
What's going on over there?
She wasn't sleeping.
I don't know what she was doing.
Okay, because you were asleep.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
Okay.
She was
She
there.
was angry about the lack of gifts.
Think
That's
so?
right.
Strange
yeah.
buzzing sound
That's
in the other
right.
room.
She didn't say anything.
Right. Right. But John, you should be in a relationship and know that if women aren't saying anything, that's a bad sign, right?
I've heard that's true as time went on.
And you have no first-hand experience whatsoever. Okay.
Or secondhand.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah.
You like to sleep around a lot. So what's your take on this?
Well, generally, I agree that sleep could enhance the relationship. It hasn't been my personal experience, though.
Because you get a lot of sleep, or
Well,
is it 'cause you
no,
get
it's
too-
just that when I'm up, then I have energy for that sexual experience. My wife is asleep, and she doesn't seem to want to wake up.
Oh well. Okay, you just don't go
Honey,
make yourself.
earthquake.
You don't go make yourself a snack.
Well, the original plan was to make her the snack.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. No. So, but wait a minute. So, but if let's test the theory then. What if you both sleep in separate beds and you get enough sleep? Would that still be a key to happy marriage for you?
No.
No.
Well, because
we're talking just sleep, not sleep.
yeah, but this just sleeping is supposed to give you a little more energy, and what do you do with that energy?
Well, hopefully not yell at the other person, and be patient with their other, eccentricities, right? Be more forgiving of their flaws because you're well rested.
No.
No, you that's right. Because you have plenty of sleep, so you're already forgiving enough as it is.
That's right.
But what if she got more sleep?
Well, she obviously does get more sleep.
Because she's forgiving of your flaws?
No, never.
Oh, well, then.
Never.
So
You know,
what's your...
because her criticism of my flaws is not related to the amount of energy or sleep that she has. She's just going to be bitchy.
Oh, okay.
You know.
But you don't think she'll be less bitchy if she had more sleep?
Nope.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. Hey, let's see here. Issue number 2, where we are on the teleprompter here. Let's see here. They made everyone stare because they could not share. A viral video of 2 women fighting over a man has become a hit in China. In the footage believed to have taken place in China, the 2 love rivals tried to drag the same boyfriend who knelt in between them. At the end, both women appeared frustrated. They started slapping the man. So I usually pay for that. Anyways, one woman was heard saying, "Why don't you leave me?" reportedly before proceeding to pull the man by the arm towards her. Then the other woman reaches and grabs another man's arm and pulls him, his man's other arm and pulls him towards her instead. A pet dog who appeared to belong to the second woman is seen trapped between the bizarre love triangle. For further comment, we turn to our relationship correspondent, Juicebox Lizard. JBL, your comments? Yeah, we have the worst correspondence on this show, and maybe I should have institute a rule: no drinking before on tape. Anyways. John, I want to start with you. As a man who's been active in the dating scene, 2 women fighting over a man in public, amusing, sad, or both?
I was confused. Well, I'm assuming that it's a fight of passion, and so they're not thinking logically. But I would assume that the woman who would find out that they've been cheated on would be slapping the guy and pushing him away instead of trying to drag him home.
Why is that?
Well, because wouldn't they be angry at the guy for cheating?
Right.
Like, screw you! I'm not. Go with her and have it your way, whatever.
But you've never been with a woman who wants you so bad over the other woman? Oh, sorry, John. I'm asking you. I'm asking Mel. What's your take on it?
He's, now I've been to Asia, and the fact remains that, that guy's probably an asset. He has money, he has something, and both women want that. And so it's not about him. He is an asset.
Well,
Right.
did you see what the guy looked like?
Yeah, I saw what he looked like.
What assets do you think he has?
Money.
Money. Okay, because
Yeah.
he's not a good-looking guy.
No.
Just scrawny little Asian dude.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like, but except for the wouldn't fly.
Some women like that.
Some women like scrawny
Yeah.
little wimpy Asian guys
Absolutely.
underneath.
Occasionally, yes,
long as they
but
have
you
a-
won't find two of them together usually. The odds
Usually, yeah.
against finding
Yeah.
two of them together are, pretty astronomical. So.
Yeah.
Kate, as a woman, what's your take on this? Have you ever had to fight for a man before?
No.
Okay, so you always win, right?
So far,
So far, okay. And you don't need to fight it. You don't need to get in that game again, right?
I really hope not.
All right. So
Although, when you're older and all the older men are dead, I think it's vicious.
okay, so you'll be rocking the bikini in the senior citizens home.
God.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's an
Not the
image.
bikini, the thong.
The thong. There you go.
Okay, well, that's personal.
Okay, so who do you think is more to blame for this? The man, the women, or the dog?
I'm gonna say the women. I think they just they lost their heads in the heat of the moment. It's like you're shopping for a purse and the purse is on sale and you want it just because the other woman wants it and you think, well, it must be a great deal, I'm taking it. You know how women fight maybe you don't, but
I'll take your word.
take my word for
That's
that.
your word for
It's
it.
the same idea. He's just a thing and they just want it.
It's the
Hey,
man's fault.
CJ, why do you think they couldn't agree to share?
I think we have to, first of all, examine the context of what we're looking at. And I'm not sure if these ladies have been paid to be on the show.
Right.
Sort of like the old Montel Williams, where you have two competing love interests, but they're really both actors. And
Oh, so
they're
you think this
pretend-
is fake?
It could be fake.
Like pro wrestling for our emotions?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if they're getting paid to do this, then I think it sort of circumvents the whole concept of either one of them really wanting the guy.
Oh,
They
that's
might just say, pretend that you want the guy for conflict and to make it more audience friendly. But if it's real, then I think that they should have resolved their disputes outside the television cameras.
All right. So your thought is that the women really didn't want him; they were just paid to pretend to want him.
That's what my thought is.
Okay.
Based on the way it's shot, the camera angles and so forth,
It was just
looks
too
like it's
good.
all planned.
It looks too good and too professional.
Right.
Not like something you see on Community Access.
No.
Oh, all right. Hey, we're out of time. On to our first break. And we are back from our first break. Issue number 3, if two's company is three a party. In recent years, polyamory is becoming more common. Researchers estimate that 4 to 5% of Americans practice some form of consensual non-monogamy, which means they sleep around and it's okay. Psychology Today revealed that 9.8 million people have agreed to allow satellite lovers in their relationships, which includes poly couples, swinging couples, and other practicing sexual non-monogamy. That's a new word, sexual non-monogamy. Awareness has risen with shows about polyamory, such as Showtime's Polyamory, Married and Dating, and the sitcom You, Me, Her. For more, we turn to our new relationship correspondents, Kitty and Kat Jones. KK, is polyamory a good thing or a bad thing? I wasn't sure if they were shaking their head or nodding their head or whatever. Anyways, so CJ, polyamory becoming more common. You buying this or not?
I can only, again, speak from personal experience. I was involved with 3 women, and we actually all lived together, but there was no sex. It was kind of like that movie Christina Barcelona, the Woody Allen film, but...
Okay, this is when you're living with your mom and your 2 sisters?
No, there were actually three women that weren't related to me, believe it or not, but they were all friends of mine.
Were they attractive?
They were all very attractive.
Okay.
Friends with no benefits.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like the story of my life, right? Friends with no benefits.
If you say so.
Okay, there you go.
I can't verify.
But do you think it's becoming more polyamory is becoming more common or
I
less
think it's
common?
just becoming more visible. I think it's always been going on, but I think it's just becoming more societally acceptable, and it makes for good TV, right? I mean, if you can see one guy with two women, of course, it's a lot more interesting than just seeing one guy and a woman.
What about one with two guys?
That's fine too.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
So-
not for my taste, but I'm sure
right.
in the Castro, it's on fire.
It's on fire. All right. So let's see here. Portland, it was listed as a city that's the new hotbed for polyamory.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
It does, because the weather's quite cold there.
Okay.
So what else is there to do in Portland? Go hunting, skeet shooting, or screwing your neighbor.
Okay. You have ever been to Portland?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I've just seen pictures.
I've just seen pictures.
But if I got there, I'd probably check into that whole polyamory situation myself. And,
I'd go for the donuts, but anyway.
Donuts, yeah. What if you get both?
There you go.
A little sugar and a
donuts
lot of
and polygamy.
sugar.
There you go. Hey, Kate, what's your take on this?
I was unaware of this trend, so I don't know. In suburbia and San Jose, it's not visible.
It's not visible, or you're just not noticing it?
I try to notice what's going on around me.
Okay.
So, but I could be missing, the whole idea.
So in San Jose, it's just having an affair. They're just sticking with the tried and true have an affair.
I believe, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Hey, Mel. Polyamory, something you'd try out?
That's something I have tried out.
Something you have tried out?
And listen, this has been I'm with CJ on this. I think this is something that's been around a long time.
All right.
When in the 70s and 80s, we called it swinging.
All right.
It's
See, I'm not that old. So.
I know you're not, so I'm instructing you, youngin.
Okay.
The fact remains that this is nothing new. It's not even. I'm surprised you even pegged it. This is not really newsworthy, but
Okay.
you know,
really? Okay.
it's something that happens on a fairly regular basis with people. I don't think it's really on the upswing. It's coming. It's more coming out now. It's more obvious now.
So you think basically the producers of the TV show Cheaters got tired and decided, well, let's move on to a new show?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that you've practiced this before.
Well, of course.
Before or after you were married? Never mind. Or are you going to plead the fifth?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a criminal investigation?
John, what's your take on this? Having more than one girlfriend at a time, is that's something you would do?
It sounds like a lot of work.
Okay.
If you have more than one girlfriend, you gotta please them both.
Give gifts.
Right, give gifts.
Do you have to give gifts? Expensive gifts in this case?
Oh, yeah?
And if I'm the one who has two girlfriends, but each of them only has me as a boyfriend,
Right.
it's kind of okay, because I think I'd be jealous if they also had other boyfriends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just being selfish.
Exactly.
Okay.
Double standard.
But no.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
It is a double
at least he's honest about it, right? Oh, I appreciate
He's always
that.
honest.
If he can have two, but they can't have more, then it's okay. Right?
Well, unless they have each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, that's a situation.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, issue number 4. She's a hit woman who hits them again. A notorious hit woman for the Zetas Mexican cartel made a stunning confession in a California jail. She claims to have had intercourse with the beheaded corpses and drank their blood. 28-year-old Juana, a.k.a. known as Lepeque, started with the cartels as a lookout for the police and army patrols. If she failed, she was tied up and fed a single taco a day. Ooh, that's gonna sound bad. She witnessed bloody hits and began to, quote, feel excited by it, rubbing herself in it and bathing in it after killing the victim. She claimed she had sex with the cadavers of those she decapitated, using the severed head as well as the rest of the bodies to pleasure herself. For more, we go to Lepeque herself in her jail cell. Ms. Peque, is this true? Yeah, I really should have used a Spanish interpreter. I didn't understand a single word she said. But anyways, all right, Mel, it's your turn to go first. Hit woman decapitating victims, drank their blood, had sex with the corpses. Are you buying this or not?
No way. I think I told you before. Number one, I saw this woman's picture.
All right.
She's not a hit woman. She is not.
Why do you say that?
Well, I have some experience in these areas.
You have experience with hit women?
I have some experience in sanctions, and she's not by and large, she's not anybody's hit
Wait,
woman.
you've hired somebody to kill somebody?
No. I have not hired anyone.
But you know someone who does this for a living?
Yeah.
And they don't look like this.
Yes.
So she's too hot.
Yes.
Would you hit that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you're thinking she's just making this up. Why do you think she made it up then?
Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame.
She's in prison.
Well, it doesn't matter. She still wants her 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, you mean being a hit woman for the Zetas drug cartel isn't fame enough?
You know, a dime a dozen.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Are hit women for drug cartels a dime a dozen?
Yeah.
Since you've hired hitmen or met hit people before?
They're pretty easy to come by.
Oh, all right. Hey, John, what's your take? Would you hit that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Knowing that she'd cut your head off and then have sex with your dead body and drink your blood.
Well, I don't know how she would have sex with dead bodies, because I'm no medical examiner.
Right.
But I don't think my member or anyone's member would be large and
They don't
hard
call them
after.
stiffs for nothing.
It would be large. It
Based
doesn't
on personal experience.
I don't think it would be enlarged and useful in that capacity.
So you're not familiar with the term of rigor mortis?
That's where things stay the same size but get.
Well, she could kill you while you're.
Well,
There you go, right?
yeah. That's how the Black Widows do it, right?
I wouldn't know, but I guess I would ask Mel, but I don't want to know the answer.
But I keep telling all my friends, if you go to Mexico, don't get beheaded.
Okay.
Because that happens all the time down there.
Oh, okay. Kate, what's your take? Was this? You think she's making this up, or?
I thought she was completely making it up.
All right.
She looked.
Hot.
Yeah, she looked like she was trying to go into the sex business instead of the
Yeah.
killing
gather
business.
more attention. So
Yeah.
then,
It's a plea for attention.
as a Mexican hit woman / prostitute, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel pity, admiration, or spite for her?
I would say spite.
Okay.
Because she's tricking everyone into thinking, even she's tricking us into talking about it.
Oh, that's
which is, and what are you going to do with the head?
Well, I don't know.
A dead person's head.
Deliver it to the person who hired you to prove that you actually did the job, right?
No,
CJ?
she's using the
what I
head
would
to
do.
pleasure herself.
Well, whatever you do for the head before you deliver, it's up to you. But CJ, what's
Oh,
what's
you
your
guys
take?
think that's okay?
So,
I got 30 seconds.
Yeah, I've got some specific evidence that rules this woman out. She's actually my waiter at Chevy's about 2 weeks ago.
Really?
And,
Chevy's is still in business?
the one in
I think Gulfport's down.
Whipple Street. And
Oh, really?
Where's it? Union City, Hayward.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my wait person, and I saw no blood on her hands.
No
and I
hands?
was pretending like I was dead, and she did nothing to me.
Oh, well.
So I'm giving more floor tears.
Well, maybe no one's hired her to kill you yet.
Could be.
All right. Anyways, hey, on to our second break. Okay, we are back from our second break. Hey, for those of you who want to send questions or comments or snide remarks, our contact information is below here, email and Twitter and stuff like that. We are now at the final segment of the show, our fact-checking segment. This is where we discover where we went wrong during the course of the show, and for that, we rejoin our fact-checker, Keith Stanfield. Hey, Keith, how'd we do on the show tonight?
I'm going to say again, you're batting zero pretty much. I realize at the end of every show that you have embedded a subtle theme or something that ties all the stories together. And in this case, Jim, my question is, what's with all the pussies? What's with all the kittens, Jim? You've got a kitten fetish, don't you?
Cats equal ratings, man.
Anyway, on the question of sleep and whether it's good for you and your partners, for the third of you on the panel that actually have partners, perhaps you should get a little more sleep. The CJ, who mentioned waking up frequently in the middle of his night choking with his CPAP machine, that's not the CPAP machine. Your partner is trying to choke you. You woke up in the middle of it.
Well, it's a good thing then, right?
John, Kate totally nailed this one. Yes, the fact that you skip expensive gifts is why you are no longer married. At least one of the many reasons from what I've heard. On the topic of fighting over a man, something none of the male panelists have ever experienced personally,
I can attest to that.
John, again, nailed this one. John said, I was confused. And it is not a surprise at all that you, John, were confused by the concept of two women fighting over. I did not. No one in the audience thought that was a surprise or that you should be confused in any way.
But if he had bought more expensive gifts, perhaps he could have had that experience.
I don't think expensive gifts would be enough.
Or just pay him money.
And as for Kate, Kate, I'm going to be sending you the bill from my therapist. For your mention of rocking a thong in the retirement home. Because that is going to require many expensive sessions to get out of my head.
It's bad for me too.
There's a Facebook photo somewhere, I'm sure.
Or there will be.
We can email it to you, Keith.
Jim, on our third topic, polyamory, you said sexual monogamy was a new word to you.
No, sexual
I
non-monogamy.
can believe that's a new word.
No, sexual non-monogamy.
Lots of other people, that is not a new concept to at all.
No? True.
CJ mentioned friends with no benefits. CJ, everyone else just calls them friends.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But they're hot, so they're
They were hot.
as opposed to ugly ones, right, Keith?
Once again, Mel surprised us by pointing out that in the 70s he was a big fan of the swinging scene. If you want to impress people, you should imply you've done it sometime in the last 20 years. And John, in this case, John was totally right. So there's one thing that was actually factual on this show. When John said polyamory sounds like a lot of work, I'm sure he's totally correct.
Really? Okay.
In the last segment, hot hit women. Again, Mel, we learned things about Mel every week that we do not know. Not only has he experienced with swinging, he also has experience with hiring hit people and with boning dead people. If you need a lawyer that knows about killing people and then boning their bodies, call Mel at his office.
If we kill him, we screw him, right?
And then we
John
bill
did
him.
have another factual statement in segment 4 I wanted to point out. He said, I'm no medical examiner. Not a medical examiner.
Indeed.
Kate was incorrect when she talked about using the head of another body to please you. If you think about what happens, technically there's a thing that's called the head that often pleases you. You should talk to your partner and see if they can do that.
All right. Hey, Keith, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Keith. Well, thank you very much for doing fact checking. Thank you very much to the panel. Thank you very much to the crew. And thank you very much for watching. Later.